Hello and welcome. This is Deb Hoekstra coming to you from the studios of Bee-Bug Creations. I'm here today with a short video to show you a technique that I featured in this month's newsletter using Dazzling Diamonds and the multi-purpose adhesive sheets that can be found in the idea book and catalog. And in my newsletter this month I shared a card using the Tricky Treats stamped image, which I have right here and here. And this coordinates with the curly label punch that Stampin' Up! Sells. So I'm going to show you how I added some sparkle to the stamped image and then punched it out very easily with the curly label punch. So I have stamped, as I said, the image in basic black ink on Whisper White cardstock. And I have a piece of the multi-purpose adhesive sheet that fits over my white cardstock. So I'm going to peel it off. This is a great way, by the way, to use your scraps of multi-purpose adhesive that you have sometimes left over. Now remember that the multi-purpose adhesive sheet is very, very sticky, so you want to touch it as least as you can. I'm going to flip the sticky side over and I'm going to stick it on top of my stamped image. And you can see there how you can see the stamped image through the sticky sheet. And I'm going to push it down, and if you want to, you can use a bone folder to burnish a little bit and make sure that the adhesive is really stuck onto that cardstock. Before I peel off and get the sticky side, I want to punch with my label punch. Now the curly label punch, as you can see on this image, I didn't quite get it because the curly label punch is directional, in case you didn't know it. So the first time I did it, I did my image like this. And it kind of works, but you can see that it doesn't really fit in there. So if you turn it to the side, and this is going to be a little bit tricky because it's such a small piece of cardstock. But you can see there how I've got it fit in there. So I'm going to take and punch. And I still didn't quite get it, but you can see that there's some leftovers. So I'm going to bring my Dazzling Diamonds over, and this is how I keep my Dazzling Diamonds and my embossing powder. I keep them in Ziploc containers, and I mentioned this in my newsletter as well, because it makes it real easy for putting the excess back into the container. And this can sometimes be a little tricky, getting the edges started. But that one seemed to go well for me. So now I've peeled it off, and this is a very sticky piece. So you notice I'm barely holding it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop down in my Dazzling Diamonds, and I'm going to cover it with the Dazzling Diamonds, and then I'm going to kind of flick off all the excess, and there you have a sparkly image that you can add to your projects. Another way you can do this, I'm going to just show this to you. This is a piece of Summer Smooch designer paper that I put some of the sticky over, and I made it to be a shiny design, which is kind of cool. And I've got one more idea for you here. Again, I have a piece of Summer Smooch paper. This is the orange, the Tangerine Tango, and I'm going to peel off my sticky. I want the orange sides up, so I put it on the side that I want to be showing. Okay, I'm going to take my flower punch and I'm going to insert it here, and I'm going to punch just like I did for the other one, but there was no stamping involved in this one. And again, I'm going to peel. Again, you want to make sure that you don't put your finger smack dab in the middle of the image, because you will lift up the adhesive and then you'll have a bald spot right in the middle of your project. So here I go. I'm going to just dip this in the Dazzling Diamonds. And you have a glittery flower that you can add to your project. You could do a real cute center there. You know, this is a technique that you can use on any project. The sky's the limit. Just as long, if you can imagine it, you can do it with this. So that's what I have to show you today. I hope you've enjoyed this technique. Again, it's using Dazzling Diamonds and Multipurpose Adhesive to add a sparkly bling to any project. Thank you. As always, if you have any questions, you can email me at deb@bbugcreations. I'd love to get back to you and help you with your questions. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me.